Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to today's session. So, in the previous session, we were discussing about the topic what makes India a federal country. So, there we discussed different reasons what makes India usually federal country. So, the term federalism it is not yet mentioned in uh, our constitution, but India proudly describes itself as union of states, union of states, because India has given stress or importance for uh, providing or following, adopting two-tier administrative system consisting union government or central government and regional or state governments. Along with that, even third tier of federation was added in rural areas as well as in urban areas. So third tier system it is described as panchayat raj system, and most importantly all the levels are able to administer with the specified jurisdictions separately for all the different levels. Then constitution has given a provision for three distribution of three-folded legislative powers between central government and state governments with three different type of administrative subjects, namely union subjects or union list consisting 97 subjects, state list consisting 66 subjects, and concurrent list consisting 47 subjects. And most importantly, India is the best example for following holding together federation where powers are divided between center and state. Only Jammu and Kashmir is not taken in this holding together federation. Jammu Kashmir has given special provision for having its own constitution, and among central government and state government and even panchayat raj system or local self bodies, central government holds much of the powers. That's why it is treated as more powerful than the other levels of the government. So in today's session, let us discuss about the different reasons what makes or how India has given importance for adopting or following the system of federalism. So first point is sharing of powers between union government and state government. So about this we already discussed. So India has given importance for having or adopting three-folded legislative powers between union government and state governments. So sharing of powers between the union government and state government is basic structure of our constitution. Here a parliament cannot and on its own change the arrangement. So before this we already came to know that any level it is unilaterally not allowed to make an amendment, change, correction to the constitution. If it requires, it need to consult or approach the other levels too, and along with that it needs some of the formalities. So the formalities are any changes has to be first passed by both the houses of the parliament with at least 2/3 of majority. So if the constitution, if existing law or if any new law need to be implemented, added to the constitution, then it is to be passed by both the houses at least 2/3 of majority. ಸೊ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಹಂತದ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಎರಡೂ ಹಂತದ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಸೇರಿ ಸದನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಸದನಗಳು ಒಟ್ಟು 2/3 ಬಹುಮತವನ್ನು ಸಾಬೀತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತರೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ತರಬಹುದು. It has then to be rectified by the legislatures of at least half of the total seats. In case of any dispute about the division of power, then court is going to act as an umpire in solving the disputes between center and state. That is the first point. Then reasons for the success of federation in India. So the federal system or the federalism system of governance in India, it became more successful comparing to the other federations or other nations where federal system of government is being added. So what are the reasons which makes the success of federalism in India? So about that we will discuss in tomorrow's session. So until then, take care of yourself, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you one and all.